Every spring, thousands of brand new gardeners rush outside full of hope and holding a tray of tomato seedlings. 2 weeks later, those seedlings are limp, yellow, and frankly, looking a little betrayed. The money is gone. The excitement is gone. And the garden looks worse than the empty dirt did. But here's the good news. Almost every spring gardening disaster comes from a handful of simple, fixable mistakes. Welcome to the Don't Do This guide, where we help you avoid the gardening mistakes that hold you back. If you want a lush garden with less effort, hit that subscribe button. Let's start with the mistake that wipes out more spring gardens than anything else. Planting too early, before the last frost has passed. Warm, sunny days in early spring feel like the perfect signal to get everything in the ground. But one surprise cold night can flatten tender plants like tomatoes, peppers, and basil overnight. Here's the better move. Find your area's average last frost date with a quick online search. Then wait until you're a week or two past it before planting anything that loves heat. Patience here isn't a delay. It's the single biggest thing protecting your plants from an early death. Next up is the gentle giant of garden mistakes: overwatering. New gardeners love their plants, and love often looks like watering every single day. But soggy soil suffocates roots and invites rot, which quietly kills more plants than drought ever does. The fix is wonderfully simple. Stick your finger about 2 inches into the soil before you water. If it feels moist, wait. If it feels dry, give it a deep drink. Water deeply and less often, and your plants will grow stronger, deeper roots that handle dry spells with ease. Our third mistake is one almost nobody thinks about: ignoring your soil. It's tempting to focus on the pretty plants and treat the dirt as an afterthought. But your soil is the foundation, and great soil does half the gardening work for you. So before you plant, mix in a few inches of compost or aged organic matter. If you want to go further, a cheap soil test kit will tell you exactly what your garden needs. Feed the soil first, and the soil will feed your plants all season long. Mistake number 4 is a classic case of big dreams meeting small reality. Planting too much too soon. That seed catalog makes it easy to imagine a backyard overflowing with 20 different vegetables. But an overcrowded, overwhelming garden often leads to burnout by midsummer. Instead, start small and start smart. Pick 3 or 4 things you actually love to eat. Give each plant the space it needs to breathe, get sunlight, and grow to full size. A small garden you can manage will always outperform a big one you can't. Now let's talk about a quiet little mistake with loud consequences: putting plants in the wrong spot. A sun-loving tomato tucked into a shady corner will sulk and stretch and never really thrive. And a shade-loving plant baking in full afternoon sun will scorch just as fast. The solution is to spend one day watching your space before you plant. Notice which areas get full sun, which get partial light, and which stay shady. Then match each plant to the spot it loves and watch how effortlessly it grows. Our 6th mistake is the one that separates struggling gardens from glorious ones: skipping mulch. Bare soil dries out fast, bakes in the sun, and sprouts weeds faster than you can pull them. Many new gardeners skip mulch simply because no one ever told them how powerful it is. So after planting, lay down a few inches of mulch, like straw, bark, or shredded leaves. Keep it slightly away from the stems so everything can breathe. That simple layer locks in moisture, blocks weeds, and cuts your watering and weeding in half. And here's our final spring mistake: skipping the hardening off step for seedlings. Seedlings grown indoors or bought from a cozy greenhouse have never felt real wind or direct sun. Move them straight outside, and the shock can stop them in their tracks. The fix takes about a week, and it's worth every minute. Set your seedlings outside for a couple of hours on day 1, then add a little more time each day. By the end of the week, they'll be tough, confident, and fully ready to thrive in your garden. So here's the big takeaway. A thriving spring garden isn't about doing more. It's about avoiding a few simple mistakes and letting nature do the rest. There you have it, the key things to avoid when dealing with this topic. If this video saved your plants, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below on which mistake you've been making. See you in the next guide.